Pro Schmo community, what a great fight card to bet on. UFC Seattle, all these injuries. We're not talking about the cancellations. We're talking about the injuries. Melsick, Bagdasarian, and the labrum, right? The two fractured hands on Gene Silva. And by the way, Gene Silva is incredible. Who feints a takedown to calf kick? I mean, quirky shit in the octagon, something out of Mortal Kombat, right? You have Song Yadong with an undisclosed injury, and so on and so forth. We're going to get into this fight card, all right? And we're going to talk about the injuries on this fight card, right? Anthony Hernandez, too, had sustained an injury. You know, not too many weeks later, he's fighting Michel Pereira, and now he's facing Brendan Allen. All right, folks, so we'll get into it as we go through this entire fight card. We're predicting it. If you want the summary, fight summary bets, predictions, you visit proschmobets.com. All right, I'm Harry with Pro Schmo Bets, and this is for the Pro Schmo community. Hey, listen, so I promised that I would double the bankroll last week, right? So we start the year with 1% of our gross income. That's $2,000. $2,000 is 1% of my gross. Find your gross income, and that's what we started with, all right? This is what we have now, okay? I guaranteed you we were going to double, all right? And I came up short. I came up a bit short, all right? So this week, I'm going to guarantee we're going to make that commitment again, all right? Attempt to flip it, all right? We're going 100% of the bankroll, all right? And there's a few spots I like here, all right? We're going to open up the fight card. Here we go. All right, Song Yadong, Seattle. We're opening up the prelim with Modestas Bukauskas, Rafael Cerqueira. Hey, if there's anything you should know about Demo Fight Club, you have Eduardo Mora out of there, Rafael Cerqueira out of there, Jelton Almeida, and each fighter is one dimension. They're either great grapplers, they can wrestle, and they work on their striking, or they're great strikers like Rafael Cerqueira with great straight shots, okay, good knockout power, patient striker, and very learned, very equipped with what he needs to play possum in the octagon and then, finish you. That's really what he does. And I think Modestas Bukauskas, between countering and the great striking, utilizing all limbs on his body, could potentially take this fight to the distance and win a decision here. All right, while all the live bettors are betting Rafael Cerqueira by knockout. Let's move on, all right? So we move up the fight card, and the next fight is going to be, all right, let's go back. How do we go back? Here we go. We go back. What's going on here? Holy cow, Cejudo, prelims, technical difficulties. Let's go. Nick Klein, man, this grappler, incredible grappler in Nick Klein. You can definitely find Mansour scrambling in many of his fights, regional promotion, contender series. But hey, if Vitor Petrino has the power, okay, to ground and pound, has good knockout, good hooks, Mansour Abdul is an exponent to that. Mansour here, if he scrambles with Nick, I think he'll escape the guillotine. Mansour has been wrestling since he was young, something like we saw Elijah Smith over this past weekend. He was wrestling from the age of 5, so I know it was incredibly technical what we saw between him and Vince Morales, which was impressive. And I don't think these guys are going to get to that, but this should go about over a round and a half, and at that point, man, Mansour is just overwhelming Nick Klein. I'd like to see Nick Klein get a guillotine. I'd like him to get a Darce or a triangle. If he potentially finishes, it's a triangle choke or rear naked choke. No, it's a triangle choke or an armbar on Mansour Abdul. That's how Nick finishes the fight. All right. Other than that, it's Mansour all the way on the feet, ground and pound, potentially submit this guy too. Here we go. Ricky Simone, Javid Bashrat. What can we say about this fight here, man? Javid Bashrat, soft jabs. He's got this karate style. He's wide in his stance. Ricky Simone, has he polished his striking? I would say so. I mean, going up against a power puncher like Vinicius Oliveira, any clinch exchange or escape from any diving that Ricky was doing in that fight. I don't see Javad here doing the same. Javad is linky. He is incredibly tall. He's much taller than Vinicius Oliveira, but you need power here, folks. You need power in this division. Javad is bullying his way in this bantamweight division, and I think it's game over here. I think he's getting finished here by Ricky Simón, and he's moving up. He has to move up to at least featherweight, all right? His brother Farid Basharat, all good. And I get it. Javid Basharat's got the wrestling. I understand you, but from Afghanistan, okay? He was scrambling on the ground. He's had bottom drills, wrestling bottom drills, videos, okay? And like very pixelated videos I've seen of this guy doing his training. Ricky, don't forget, man, he had Marab breathing, foaming from the mouth, guys, all right? Nur Sultan, this man, impressive at this weight class. He's a middleweight now. He's not fighting at welterweight. And Eric Mikonico reminds me a lot of Jamie Pickett. He's got those good leg strikes, high kicks, but very predictable, incredibly slow. Nur Sultan is very quirky with his ground and pound, with his strikes, with his elbows. This is worthwhile. Any clinch exchange on the wall, any scrambling on the floor. If it goes to distance, if it goes to a decision, it's Nur Sultan all the way, 100%. I have no doubts. Ion Cutelaba, Ibo Aslan, you know, Ion's got the sweep trips. He's the wrestler. I mean, the guy's impressive, but he's going to wind himself down if Ibo Aslan is this Turkish power guy, right? Like John Blachowicz, the Polish power guy. It's going to be a problem if he stuffs Ion Cutelaba. I just want to see them face off. I want to see if Ion is about an inch taller. If he is, we're slamming Ibo. If they're about the same height, it's a 50-50 fight. Ion's going to barn brawl. This is it. It's how it goes. And Ibo's got great combinations, man. We've seen it against Rafael Cerqueira, against the wall. So in this fight, I got Ibo Aslan, and you know under what conditions I've said it. All right, Andre Fili. Wow, man, this guy, what an impressive striker. Strike for strike here, it's Andre Fili all the way. Any grappling exchanges, and I'm a bit worried. I'm concerned because Mekiazel Costa is a good grappler. He is. Now, if you've seen any losses on his record or anything questionable about his ability, if you saw him gassing in his last fight, okay, just know he's not a striker. So as he was getting touched, you know, the damage wears on you, and all that moving, it wears you down, all right? But he was fighting up a weight class at lightweight, and he has fought between lightweight and featherweight, and he has proven to be a much stronger, much better. He can actually put some wins together as a featherweight. All right, folks. So again, if they're exchanging here on the feet, there's no way Costa can see Andre Fili. No, absolutely not. No calf kick, absolutely not. It's Andre Fili, laterals, circles around this guy, and if there is any scrambling or grappling, it's Andre Fili. Armbar this guy. You know, it is what it is. He's got the playbook from Thiago Moises. I am a bit concerned. I saw that Andre Fili was seeing a physiotherapist, but I hope it's not for anything. He's rehabilitating. All right, so let's see what else. Move on. We're going to the main card now. Main card, exciting. I think we're hammering a few spots on the main card. So we got Alonzo Menefield, Julius Walker. Julius Walker's too fast. Oh man, this guy is relentless. He's always seeking either a body lock, a double leg, and against Alonzo Menefield, he's just gonna wear him out. Julius is you can consider him technical to some degree, but the thing that is impressive about Julius is that besides being an underdog and not hearing much of Alonzo, his Instagram, his socials are dead. Interviews, not to be heard of. I wouldn't be surprised if this fight gets canceled, you know. But hey, Julius Walker, he's a great strategist. He can plan the fight from belt to belt, starting to end. And I think he's going to defeat Alonzo Menefield, and I'd like to see him face off with Jimmy Crute. All right, Rob Font, Gene Silva, boy, this guy, the quirky fighter. Melsik Bagdasaryan, He's got the leg kicks, he's got the strikes. We've seen Gene Silva through Drew Dober and the likes. He fought, in the lightweight division, and Gene Silva is about an inch or two shorter than a lot of these lightweights. He's much shorter than Dustin Poirier. He's very small, guys. He's a featherweight, all right, and he's done such a great job in that division. But here he goes. He finds himself where he should be. He's injured, right? Two hands. He's fractured that he's recovering from, and Melsick with the lumbar region of the spine. His shoulder. All right, his shoulder. So everyone's referring to the kicks here for Melsick. Obviously, Gene Silva is going to trip this guy down on the canvas, but Melsick is getting his ass back up from bottom up. That's how it's going to go. Should go through decision. Melsick is full of hubris, arrogance, conceit, pride, and I think it's going to get the best of him here. I'd like to see Gene Silva through, but again, guys, these guys are fighting very injured, okay? Melsick is no slump, man. He's no pushover. At minus, 600? Holy cow. Gene Silva, there's absolutely no way you could parlay something like that. All right, Rob Font, Gene Matsumoto. We know Gene's got the grappling. Rob Font is way beyond his days. It's the cuts, folks. It's not so much the skill set, okay? It's the weight cuts. It's too demanding. And I think Gene Matsumoto at a good catch weight here is just too powerful. Rob Font, cannot pretend to have any power that could clip Gene here. If anything, Brad Katona is a wrestler, folks. So that's why it looked a bit proportionate. And it may make you question, second guess Gene Matsumoto. Kyler Phillips has no power. It was just soft jabs and movement all around the octagon. And then, Rob did a number on him. All right. With Gene Matsumoto, it's asking for too much. You'll see a decision just like you would with Calvin Kattar and Yusuf Zalal. All right. Next, we're moving on. Brendan Allen, Anthony Hernandez. Brendan is the much better fighter. Let's not, fuck around, find out here, okay? Brendan is the much better one. But unfortunately, this game goes from scorecards to referees to UFC matchmakers to coaches. I mean, everybody's hand is in the cookie jar. And to be honest, politically, it makes a lot of sense for Anthony Hernandez to go through. Not only to shorten a better deal on Brendan Allen's renewed contract, but also Anthony Hernandez is 31 years of age. You can matchmake him with guys like Imavov, and you can fit him well to get more longevity out of the middleweight division than to push Allen into it right away. All right, folks. So here's the thing. Anthony Hernandez has been fighting many grapplers through his career, and just recently 2 strikers. And we saw how impressive he was with that. Very deserving. Does he possess the skill set? Is he anything like Brendan Allen? Absolutely not, man. Allen is a monster. He's been fighting mostly strikers and powerful ones at that. All right, so I think that Brendan is going to showcase his striking. Anthony's going to showcase the polished grappling. Both obviously are going to be grappling and striking, but you'll see that the edge from their developmental phases in the last 2-3 years are going to be seen in the octagon. And I think a very close decision to Anthony Hernandez that verdict.com is going and the public are going to be griping about. All right, ranting and raving about. And here we go, Henry Cejudo. This won't be a technical fight. No, it's not 3 rounds, it's 5. So you need the cardio here. Song Yadong had pulled out like 2 months ago or 3, fight booked with Umar, and this was due to an undisclosed injury. Henry Cejudo had suffered a groin injury fighting against Umar. I was at his house, okay, so I know when he had fought Aljamain Sterling that he was also injured, and I've had the privilege of sharing in confidence a lot of how he trains, and this man is exactly that, man. You don't just reach Olympic level echelon in athletics, all right? It just does not happen without being relentless, all right? You have to not just possess the genetics for it, but also the mindset. You have to align all elements, to make this incredible specimen of an athlete. And so, with that said, It's Henry Cejudo. When the fifth round goes, you will see Song Yadong worn out. And Henry's just going to have to spam. That's it. Spam the takedowns. All right, so Henry's going to have to weather the storm with Song because Song Yadong knows he's got to take him out in the first 2 rounds. All right, and that's all she wrote, man. If anything, you need a fight summary, predictions. All you have to do is follow us at proschmobets.com. We'll catch you on the flip side.